It was a nice video. So in today's video, it's gonna be a little bit how do I put this in a nice way? It's gonna be a little bit like most of the people would like to call this like homophobic, I guess. It's not really like I'm not gonna take shots at anybody else. It's kind of just like for me, kind of. So this video is definitely for the boys, for the bros. And if you're like if you're one of my friends watching this video, this is definitely tailor made for you, right? If you're here to learn something, it's probably not the right video for you. I make videos every single day, so go check out my other videos. I posted one yesterday, all throughout. And if you've literally watched every single one of my videos, first of all, that's awesome. Second of all, then stick around, because if you've watched every single one of my videos, then you're just here for me and you're not here for the content. So that's perfect. That's totally cool. If you're here for the content, great. If you're here for me, even better. If you're here for the content and me, then golden. That's like the perfect opportunity that we have here. All right. So today's video is gonna be on the type of guys that other guys look up to. So this is really weird, right? So you see all these videos on YouTube talking about, oh, the type of girls that guys like, or the type of guys that girls like. What you don't see is the type of girls that other girls try to copy, or the type of guys that other guys try to copy, or or use as inspiration. You know what I mean? So it's really crazy. Now, if you think about it psychologically, even if you're straight, like which I'm straight, you are gonna have like a perception of a type, right? So most guys will say easily like, oh, I like a girl who's like, a blonde, tall, this, that. There's so many different things that go in, nice personality, right? So a lot of things go into that. And most guys say that. Most girls say, you know what, I like a guy who's tall, handsome, kind-hearted, funny, all that crazy stuff. But if you were to think about it the other way, right? Like even if you're straight, you might still have another type in the same gender. The only weird thing is you wouldn't be sexually attracted to them. So you wouldn't like, say, oh, that's my type, I'm going to find another guy. Like if you're a guy, for example, like me, you're not going to be like, oh, you know what? I like other guys, so I'm going to go for a guy. That's my type. That's not what you would do. The way that it would work for you, it would be like, these type of guys are the kind of guys that I aspire to be like. For example, the perfect example the most guys have is The Rock, right? Most guys, if you were to ask them, they'll tell you The Rock is awesome, right? Like, dude, look at The Rock, man. He's got these giant pecs. He's got like biceps of steel. He's got giant traps. Dude's awesome. He's got a killer, like muscular body. Now, yeah, sure, they're telling you that, but that's not because they're gay. They don't want to. They don't want to be in a romantic relationship with The Rock. They're saying that because they aspire to look like that, right? Not all the guys out there are looking like The Rock. They don't got these giant delts, giant traps, and giant pecs. So that's kind of the same thing the other way, right? So most girls, you know how they say, oh, she bad or she fine. Like girls, like they say that. But what they're thinking of is how, like, what they like about that girl that they would like to emulate in themselves. Same thing. So that's what I've been saying. So, like, for example, for me, like, the guys that I, look at, or the guys that I aspire to be like, are usually the guys who are really like tall and really lean, with that have a nice sculptured figure. It's not like the guys who are like giant and jacked. It's the guys that are really like tall, lean, sculpted, or it's sometimes it's the guys that are like in some of the circumstances. For example, if you know who Hafthor Bjornsson is, it's like the giant, strong bodybuilder type guys who are like huge. So if you were to look at if you were to look and if you were to think about the if you're a guy, if you were to think about all the male actors that you like, or the male role models that you have, if you were to put them all together, then you would see that like the aspirations that you have mentally, physically, and emotionally kind of correspond with that. For example, if you are one of those people who just loves to work out a lot, your role models are probably not sitting on the couch eating food all day. All right, if you're a guy who loves to play basketball, you're probably not having a role model that's a golf player, right? You're probably gonna be looking at guys who are like LeBron James and Tom Brady. So that's usually just how it goes. So basically, what I want to tell you guys in this video is, even though it's just a fun Friday, I'm just kind of just talking about stuff that I've been noticing. The thing that I want to tell you guys is, before you sit there and try to break down the kind of girls that you look for, or if you're a girl, the kind of guys that you look for, look at yourself and look at who you look at. For example, like I just said, The Rock and stuff, and see what you can get from that, and see if you can get there realistically and improve yourself that way before you go out. All right, there you go. That's my little tidbit for that. It's supposed to be a fun Friday video, but look at that. Just put an inspirational quote there. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video and a brand new series. So stay tuned. Bye.